Let's pray. Eternal Father, we come now. As humble as we know how, thanking you, Lord, for allowing us to see a brand new day. Lord, we thank you, dear Heavenly Father, because you kept us in your arms of love and protection. We didn't know how to do it, but yet, God, you did it for us.
Thank you, Lord.
We want to say thank you right
Great
now.
now, great now.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, dear Heavenly Father, for those that are here and those that had a desire to be here. Pray, Father God, for all churches right now, Father, whose doors are closed right now.
Jesus.
But yet your word still stands.
Jesus.
Yes.
We pray now, God, that you bless those pastors right now in the name of Jesus. Bless those congregations right now.
Oh, yes, Lord.
Lord, keep them during this hour of trials and tribulations.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But nevertheless, Father God, let your will be done.
Let it be, let it be.
Use us, Father God,
Let
as
it
we
be.
prepare to proclaim the gospel. We know, God, we can't do it without you. So once again, God, we ask that you allow Harris to sit so you might stand.
Yes, Lord.
And then, Lord, we pray that you bless those that are here, touch their hearts, Father God, and
Oh yeah.
that we might go out and continue to spread the gospel to lost humanity. And then, Lord, when all is said and done, we pray that your name may receive all the honor, glory, and all the praise. In your Son, Jesus' name, we do pray. Amen.
Amen.
Giving honor to God, who is the head of our life.
Amen.
Dr. Green, and to the deacons and deaconess of this church. All God's children. Again, like I said, it's a blessing just to be in the house of the Lord.
Yes, sir.
One more time.
Yeah.
Try not to hold us too long.
Thank you, Lord.
See if we can get in and get out. But there is a word
Oh, thank you, Lord.
from the Lord. It might not be a popular word.
Come on.
That's how I'm looking
But
at
the
it.
word, but the word, but the word. The word.
It might not get a lot of amen.
All right, man.
But this is what God gave me.
Amen. Come on. Preach it. Come on, dog.
And it's something that needs to be looked at.
Mm-hmm.
Come on with it. Yes, sir.
We have already read it, John chapter 2, verses 13 through 22. But I want to look at two particular verses, if you don't mind. Verse 15 and 16. And when he had made a scourge, a small course, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew the tables, and said unto them that sold doves, take these things hence, make not my Father's house a house of merchandise. You may be seated.
Preach this, Rev. Preach this. Preach this.
It's kind of strange we'll be talking about something like this on what this day really is.
All right now.
But nevertheless, we need to look at that. And out of those two verses, if you don't mind, I want to draw out this conclusion: cleaning up the house of God.
All right now.
Right.
Cleaning up
That's a good one, Rev.
the house of
Oh,
God.
God. Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
When I was growing up, we had a tradition, and we used to do spring cleaning.
Still do.
Had to wash all the clothes.
Yes, sir. I remember that.
Yeah, Lord.
Had to wash all the dishes.
Uh-huh.
I used to complain about that because grandmama used to have her wash the dishes she ain't used in 3 or 4 years, but that time you had to wash everything.
All right, Rev. All right, Rev. Got spring cleaning.
We had to pull our mattresses out and
Air them
let the
out.
sun
Yes, sir. I'm on your side, Rev.
wash windows.
I know
mop
about it. I
floors,
know about it. Know about it.
anything and everything you could think of to get the house in order.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, you see on that.
But as time went on, dirt and dust began to build back up.
No.
Clothes got dirty.
Yeah.
Windows had cobwebs
Yeah. Yeah.
in them.
Uh-huh.
And now the house was once clean
Mm-hmm.
have become dirty all over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The same way we try to keep our house clean,
Uh-huh.
neat and in order.
Yeah.
Don't you think God expects the same thing for his house?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Doc.
Here it is a week before we celebrate the resurrection of our Lord and our Savior.
Yeah.
And we talking about cleaning his house. But if you study the text, it's an indication that every now and then
Uh-huh.
God has to do some much needed house cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of strange
Go ahead, Doc.
that Jesus opened his ministry up
Yeah.
here in the text, cleaning up the house of God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sadly, today, as Jesus rode into Jerusalem
Yeah.
for the final time,
Yes, sir.
you'll see that he had to continue to clean up the house of God.
Yeah.
So what makes you think God's house is in order today?
All right.
Everything, you understand, that should have been going on in God's house
Yeah.
wasn't going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the things that shouldn't have been going on
Uh-huh.
was going on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, and I said to myself, what about the churches here today?
All right.
Uh-huh.
What about these institutes,
Yes, sir.
these places that say they are worshiping God?
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of condition
Yeah.
are they in today?
Yeah.
Before this virus broke out,
Okay.
what we doing, what we supposed to been doing
Yeah.
when God's house was open?
I see it, Rev. I see it. I see where you going with it now.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
and now that you're unable
Yeah.
to go inside God's house,
Yeah.
I ask myself,
Come on
did
with it,
we
Rev. Come on.
prepare the people
Yeah.
All right.
for what's going on today?
Yeah.
Or was we gathering ourselves together playing church?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, going through the motions,
Okay.
just trying to get a check.
Yeah.
Yes, God
I see it.
is looking at us. God is worried.
Yeah.
How long and what must I do
Yeah.
to convince and tell my people
Yeah.
that I'm on the way back?
All right.
All right.
Come on now. Come on now.
Well, as Jesus prepared himself for the Passover,
Yeah.
as Jesus came back to Jerusalem,
Uh-huh.
as Jesus prepared to enter into the temple,
Yeah.
first thing I saw is the discovery made by Christ.
Yeah.
And I asked myself the question, what was it that was so disturbing to Jesus?
Yeah.
What made Jesus come inside and turn over tables?
Mm-hmm.
Then I asked myself, if Jesus was to walk inside a world of faith today,
Yeah. That's a good question, Don.
would he be discouraged?
Uh-huh.
What would he discover?
Yeah.
Would Jesus have to turn over some tables
Yeah.
in here today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, the text says that a celebration was about to take place. It says, and the Jews' Passover was at hand, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, no matter where they were, you understand, in the world, when it came to Jerusalem, Jerusalem was always in an upward position.
Yeah.
Yes, anytime you come to God, you ought to be looking forward to go up.
All right.
Yes, yes, you can't come to God in the same position.
Yeah.
You have to come up a little higher.
Yes, sir.
And the Passover event,
Yeah.
you understand, was here and they were getting ready to celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Passover was to celebrate God's deliverance
Yeah.
of Israel out of Egypt.
Yeah.
Israel crossing the Red Sea
Yes, sir.
and going over into the Promised Land.
Yes, sir.
Every male was required, you understand, to go to Jerusalem
Yeah.
each year for this event.
Yes, sir.
The Passover was a time to remember what God had done for them.
Yeah.
And I believe we ought to take out a little time in our busy schedule
Yeah.
and just look back and think about what God have done for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord. Yes, Lord.
Yes, yes. And if God, you understand, brought you from your situation.
Yeah.
I think about when it comes to black people, if God brought us through segregation and slavery,
All right.
don't you know God is able to carry us through a sickness?
Yeah. Yeah.
As Jesus entered the temple to celebrate,
Yeah.
the text says that he saw corruption going on
Yeah.
and found in the temple
Yeah.
those that sold oxen, sheep, and doves,
Yeah.
and the changers of money
Uh-huh.
sitting. Now I want you to underline and underscore that word sitting. Word sitting lets me know that these men became comfortable
Yeah.
in their corruption.
Yeah. Yeah.
How can one become comfortable
Yeah.
corrupting the house of God?
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Text says when Jesus went to the temple,
Yeah.
he found in it. Yes, not around it and not by it. But the text says he found in it.
All right. Uh-huh.
Yes, the temple was being, you understand, desecrated.
Yeah.
Yes, he found oxen and sheep and doves and
Yeah.
money changers.
Yeah.
And it was in the courts of the Gentiles
Yeah.
where so much of this selling and buying took place
Yeah.
because of greed.
All right.
All right.
Yes, because of greed. Yes, corrupted
Yes, sir.
their hearts.
Yeah.
Understand that pilgrims came from far and near
All right.
and for far away nations. And they needed money exchange.
Yeah.
Worshippers needed animals,
Yeah.
incense,
Yeah.
meal, wine, oil, and salt and other items
Yes, sir.
for their sacrifice.
Yes, sir.
But the priests had booths set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Gentiles' court.
Yeah.
And the priests took advantage of the people
Yeah.
by allowing the retailers to set up booths on the outside, but they set up on the inside and shut them down.
All right now.
Yes, and some of them had family members
Yeah.
working the booths,
Yeah.
taking advantage
Yeah.
of the folks from the outside.
Yeah.
Not only that, but imagine the noise
Yeah.
and the smell
Yeah.
that perhaps came from these animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can worship
Yeah.
go on in an environment like that?
Yeah.
How can you possibly give God the praises
All right.
when you hear sheep and oxen making noise
Yeah.
and the smell and the stench?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it makes me wonder sometimes, how can we expect people to come inside God's house? So much going on, so much underhanding and backbiting,
Yeah.
and we expect God to come into His own house.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Lord.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, I see
Go
it.
ahead, God.
I see it.
Go ahead, God. Go ahead.
We may not have the oxen running around the church,
Yeah.
but that don't mean that there's not a distraction
All right.
from us that's causing us to lose focus on what we supposed to be doing.
Yeah. All right now.
Yeah, and when we take our focus off God
Yeah.
and focus on other things,
Yeah.
we are not giving God the full praise that He deserves.
Yeah.
Yes, we start neglecting our duty
Yes, sir.
to serve Him.
Yeah.
Therefore, Jesus chastised the priests.
Yeah.
Yeah, on one occasion, Jesus said unto them, "It is written, my house is not a house, it's a house of prayer.
Yeah.
But ye have made it a den of thieves." Yes, look at the chastisement. And when He had made a scourge,
Yeah.
a small cords, He drove them all out of the temple,
Yes.
and the sheep and the oxen,
Yeah.
and poured out the changes, money,
Yeah.
and overthrew the table.
Yeah.
Yes, Jesus had to chastise them.
Yeah.
And Jesus drove out.
Yeah.
Jesus poured out. And He turned over.
Yeah.
Bottom line, Jesus had to shake up some things
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that was going on inside His Father's house.
All right.
Yeah.
Now tell me that's not what's going on here today.
Yeah. All right now, man.
Yeah.
Jesus got to shake up some things.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Yes, our lives are not how it used to be
Yeah.
2 or
Yeah.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
God is shaking up some things,
Yeah.
trying to draw us closer
Yes.
to Him.
Yes. Yes. Preach.
And I realize
Said.
here today
Yeah.
that God got to overturn some things.
Yeah.
God got to pull out some things.
Yeah.
God got to drive out some things
Yeah. Yeah.
in order to get His house back in order.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Amen.
Text said He made or scourged a small cords.
Yeah.
This is a symbol of God's righteousness,
Yeah.
righteous anger, of His righteous anger.
Yeah.
And we need to understand God has every right to be angry.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes, we ain't been saved all our
All
lives.
right.
All right, man.
Go ahead.
And some of us, you understand, still
All right.
have not committed to God.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to pause here for a minute,
Yeah. Come on.
because when I start thinking about what's going on in the world today,
Yeah.
see so many folks trying to get everything lined up,
Yeah.
going buying all the milk and the eggs,
Yeah. Yeah. Preach it.
you understand, buying all the toilet paper, trying to
Yeah.
get the 401k in order, and
Yeah.
taking out loans and calling folks that they can't pay.
All right,
But I
man.
never heard nobody say, I'm going to give my life to God.
Pastor.
Never heard say,
Say
I'm
that.
going to give my ourselves in line with the Lord.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
We got things twisted up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Preach the word, Rev. Preach the word, Rev.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, Jesus.
But he made this
Oh,
sword.
thank you.
Oh, yeah.
It was a symbol of his power and a cleaning judgment of God.
Right.
The kind of power that make man tremble.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every knee shall bow.
Yeah.
And every tongue gonna have to confess.
Yeah.
Yes. The temple of God was being abused. Then, and if we're not careful,
Uh-huh.
yes, it could happen to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
How can God's house be abused? Well, by forgetting what worship is all about.
All right.
Yes, you can misuse God's house, misuse the building. Yeah, bingo ain't got nothing to do with saving somebody's soul.
All right, Rev.
Amen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, forgetting one's duty
Yeah.
to reverence God and ignoring His holiness.
Yeah.
And another way is having questionable non-worship events
All right.
in the house of God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you're having a baby, but we don't need to be having baby showers up in the house of God.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord.
Amen.
Thank you.
Mm.
Jesus then made a divine claim.
Bless him, Lord. Bless him, Lord.
Yes.
Bless him, Lord.
Verse number 16, Jesus said, and said unto them that so does, take these things hence, make not my Father's house a house of merchandise. Yes, Jesus said, take these things. In a few more days, these things will be a thing of the past.
All right.
Yes, because I am the perfect sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yes. The dove and the oxen, you'll need no more. Then the church, he said here that I need you to take these things because you're making my Father's house, you understand, into a grocery store.
All right.
Yeah, God's house is not a retail store. It's not the mall.
Amen.
Yeah, back in the days, the old folks used to say it's not the commissary. Yeah, God's house is a house of prayer. God's house is a house of worship.
Yeah.
God's house is a house of praise.
Yes, sir.
And with all that has gone on in the last month, you ought to be thanking God that His house is still a house
Hey.
and belong to Him.
Yeah. Oh, bless him, Lord. Bless him, Lord.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Preach,
It just
Rev.
made me
Preach.
wonder. And I pray that we come closer to God.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah, because when man tell you when,
You go in your
you can go
All right.
into the house of God.
All right now, Rev.
Oh, Jesus.
You better have a relationship with the Lord.
All right now.
Yes. If you don't have a relationship with the Lord, you better get one.
Amen.
And get one soon.
All right.
Yes. But not only did the discovery made by Christ lead Jesus to cleaning up God's house, but I see a divine prophecy written about Christ
Yeah.
here in the text. Everything Jesus did, everything Jesus went through in life was written about Him to fulfill prophecy from His birth until His death. Look at the acknowledgement of the disciples. And His disciples remembered that it was written, the zeal of thine house have eaten me up.
Yeah.
Yes, look at the disciples' acknowledgement. Jesus' zeal fulfilled scripture and demonstrated that he was the Messiah.
All right.
Jesus was to be zealous for God's house and react in such a way.
Yeah.
Yes, if corruption entered into the temple.
Yeah.
That was Jesus' action. But look at the Jews question his authority.
Yeah.
In verse number 18, text says, then answered the Jews and said unto him, what sign showest thou unto us, seeing that thou doest these things? What make you do these things, Jesus?
Yeah.
You understand? We had a good thing going on.
Yeah. Sure did.
Yes. Pockets was fat.
All right.
Yes, I was able to go buy, you understand,
Yeah.
a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Sure was.
You understand? Taking other folks, but what made you do the other words?
Yeah. Other word. Yeah.
Jewish people was always seeking a sign or some type of miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you perform some great mighty work for us,
Yeah.
then we will believe
Yeah.
you are the Christ. Yet Jesus performed miracle after miracle,
Yeah.
and yet they still didn't believe.
Yeah.
God to perform miracles in your life.
Yeah.
You know somebody right now walking around and ain't nothing but a living testimony. Children dead right now. But yet God look above all they faults. They still saw they right. And they still don't have common sense to get down on their knees and tell God thank you.
That's habit. Oh, that's habit, man. That's habit. Oh,
Yes.
hallelujah. Bless him, Lord Jesus.
If you
Bless
did
him, Lord.
this, we'll
Bless
believe.
him.
Their hearts was closed to Jesus.
Yeah.
And I wonder, have Jesus done enough in your life
All right, man.
to pierce your heart
Yeah.
for you to acknowledge who he is?
Yeah.
Jesus put his words to action. Yeah, in verse number 19, Jesus answered and said unto them,
Yeah.
destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up.
Yeah.
Yes, Jesus put his words to action.
Yeah.
Jesus here was speaking of his death and resurrection.
All right.
Amen.
Destroy this sanctuary.
Somebody.
And in 3 days I will raise it up again.
Yes.
The deity of Christ is seen here in this verse.
Yeah.
Only God could say in 3 days,
Yeah.
I will raise up
Yeah.
this temple.
Yeah.
The Jews didn't understand. They were more interested in material things and less interested in spiritual things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only, they only, you understand, could think of was Herod's temple.
All right.
And here in their minds, they were saying it took 46 years
Yeah.
for us to build up Herod's temple.
Yeah.
How can you say that you can build it back up in 3 days? But if anybody could do it,
Yes, sir.
my God can.
Yeah.
Jesus said in 3 days. Jesus accomplished what he said on the cross. But I need you to look at look verse number 21. Jesus said here in verse number 21, but he spake of the temple of his body. Yeah, Jesus was on a whole different level.
Yeah.
Jesus had his death and burial and resurrection on his mind.
All right.
Yes, at this point in time. Here they talking about a building, but I come here to tell you God is not coming back for a building.
Hey, man.
Yeah, God is not coming
Hey, man.
back
Hey,
for a building. We need to get our house in order.
Oh, yes, sir.
We need, you understand, to get things in line. Finally, I showed you the discovery
Yeah.
made by Christ
Yeah.
Well,
and the divine prophecy written about Christ. Last thing I need to show you is a deeper relationship with Christ.
all right.
Yes, if we as spiritual leaders,
Yeah.
for God stay committed
Yeah.
to the call and don't corrupt the house of God,
All right.
the experience inside of the church
Yeah.
should draw worshipers closer to the Lord.
Yeah.
With a world that's panicking over a pandemic,
Yeah.
we need to have a deeper relationship
Oh, yeah.
with the Lord.
Yeah.
Well.
Yes, here in the text, when therefore he was risen from the dead, his disciples remembered that he had said this unto them,
Yeah.
and they believed the scripture
All right.
and the word which Jesus has said.
Yeah.
Yes, Jesus laid down his life for the church.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
Jesus shed his blood, sweat, and tears for the church.
Uh-huh.
Yes, if Jesus came back today,
Yeah.
I wonder would he be pleased or would he have to clean up house?
All right now, Rick.
Yes, while we trying to wash down our houses
Yeah.
with Lysol and Clorox.
All right.
And while we trying to use hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
You better make sure your life is cleaned up. You better make sure that you got your house in order.
Yeah.
I can hear Jesus now saying, get right, church, and let's go home.
Uh-huh.
And God, all right.
Yeah.
Jesus ended his ministry by riding in Jerusalem,
Yeah.
cleaning up the house of God.
Yeah.
I come here to tell you, can you imagine seeing Jesus,
Yeah.
a lamb on a donkey,
Yeah.
coming in to clean up his father's house? But I come here to tell you that Jesus is going to come back once again. And he's going to clean up house. Better make sure your house is in order.
Yeah.
And God, all right. Yes, I can see Calvary just a few days away.
Yeah.
Jesus was looking towards the cross.
Yeah.
And I thank God that he did what he did on Calvary's cross. Somebody said that he didn't have to do it. No, he didn't have to do it. But yet God did it anyway.
Yeah.
Because he loved his children.
All right.
And I thank God that he came here, hung, bled, and died on an old rugged cross.
Yeah.
Can you see Jesus now being nailed at a cross? Can you see nails in his hands? Can you see nails in his feet?
Yeah.
They stretched him wide. They hung him high. Jesus hung, bled, and died, but early that Sunday morning.
Yes, sir.
Believe it right there.
Hallelujah.
We'll talk about that next Sunday, Lord will. Yes.
Yes. Sir.
Oh, thank you.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Lord.
Sir.
It's kind of strange.
Yes. Sir. Yes. Sir.
Jesus opened his ministry up
Yes.
and had to clean up the house of God.
Yeah.
Yes. Sir.
Jesus rode into Jerusalem
Uh-huh.
on his way back home
Yeah.
and had to do the same thing, clean up the house of God.
Yeah.
That lets me know something going wrong.
All right.
We ain't doing what we supposed to be doing.
All right.
I'm not saying that church is bad, but we got to make sure we doing what we do. Supposed to be doing.
Yes. Sir.
How can we expect those on the outside to come inside
All right now.
if we ain't got it right in here?
Amen.
Amen.
Man.
God bless you. God keep you is our prayer.
Yeah.
Door of God's house is open at this time. The word of God